What the bloody hell was that? Fulham 3, Liverpool 2. Um, First of all, well done, Fulham. Um, I think it's safe to say that they've got a very very good home record. But yeah, that today was a shocker from us. Shocker defensively. I would even say it has been really bad. Um, real defensive mix up today. And yeah, we've lost the game. Only our second defeat of the season. Um, and that was a bit of a reality check. But yeah, let's discuss this. Let's discuss this. Obviously, please do hit the like button. Please do hit that subscribe button as well. And also, please, yes, as I said, share it out to the content if you want to as well. But yeah, that today was a shocker, an absolute shocker. Started well enough. Um, but yeah, as the game went on, the first half defensive shambles, I've called it, and I think it is a defensive shambles, has definitely cost us today. So yeah, I think it's the safest thing to say that as well. But yeah, let's get into obviously the starting 11. Obviously, Kelleher kept his place in goal. Still no Allison. So hopefully Allison will be okay for West Ham. It was Connor Jones, Curtis Jones at right back, Andy Robertson at left back, Kanate and Van Dijk at the centre backs, and then obviously Gravenberg, McAllister, and Soboslai, and then it was Gakpo, Jota, and Salah today as well. And you know what? First sort of few minutes, Fulham really got into the game. Could have potentially had a penalty. I've seen it back. I think Kelleher does clatter into Andreas Pereira, and then obviously Van Dijk. I think it's Sessegnon, isn't it? Sessegnon or Muniz, I think goes into Van Dijk. I think the one going into Van Dijk was. I don't think that one was. I think if you look at the Kelleher one, maybe. But yeah, I think we might have got away with one. I think we might have got away with one there. So obviously that's one to say anyway. But yeah, look, what happened after that? Well, we took the lead. We took the lead, and yeah, it was a fantastic finish from Alexis McAllister. You've got to say, very very good goal. Obviously, when Gravenberg wins at midfield, manages to go past the Fulham defence, and yeah, cracking strike, absolutely cracking strike into the top corner. And Leno didn't have any chance, and yeah, Maka does like a good banger against Fulham. He absolutely loves a good goal against Fulham. So that was a very very good strike from Alexis McAllister. And then after that, well, I thought we would obviously go on and try and get a second, a third. But what happened then in the next sort of wee period of play was a defensive shambles. It's the safest thing to say. Um, what can I say? The first goal, cross into the box, Kanate, who I've got to say, I don't think had his best game. I think he had a very, very poor game today. I've got to say, I think Kanate did have a very, very poor game today. Misjudges the flight of the ball. Curtis Jones tries to clear it, but goes straight to Ryan Sessegnon. Ryan Sessegnon did score as well, which was a very, very good finish. But I think Curtis Jones should do a lot better. To say the very, very least, should just at least clear it. Shouldn't really play it back into the danger zone where obviously Sessegnon does hits it very, very well. I've got to say, but yeah, from our point of view, very, very poor defended. I think Karate is definitely at fault for that one as well, misjudging the flight of the ball, tries to head it, and obviously Curtis Jones did, get in the way of trying to clear it. And obviously that went to Sessegnon, and that was 1-1. And then, oh my goodness me, it got even worse. It got even worse. Now, I know there's been a lot of people, myself included, that have said Andy Robertson can't start games for Liverpool next season. I think on today's showing, I think that is why. Look, it is an absolute shocking decision from a player who's so experienced as well. He just plays the ball across his own box. Now, I suppose that you're told when you're obviously starting out playing professional football and starting playing football that you should never play a ball across your own box. And what does Robbo do? Tries to find Salah, gets it all wrong, plays it straight to Iwobi. Iwobi hits a shot, it's blocked by Kanate, goes up in the air, goes back to Iwobi, and unfortunately, Iwobi hits a shot, hits straight off Andy Robertson, and goes past Kelleher and the Liverpool goal, and it was just an absolute shocking goal to concede because we started really well in that first half, and then all of a sudden, the two goals are just shockingly defensively from our point of view, and then the third one, I think you've got to say again, it's more defensive shambles from us. It's more defensive shambles from us. Um, yeah, look, it's one of those ones where a corner goes into the box. Muniz Van Dijk's got to do better. I've been saying this. I've been saying this for a wee while now. I don't think Van Dijk has been at it recently. In the last couple of games, especially, he's not been great. He has not been great at all, to say the very very least. I think you've got to say you've got to do better. He's got to do better there. You can't get brushed off the ball by Muniz. Look, I know people will say that people say that it's maybe a foul on Van Dijk, but for me, I think he's just got to be more and more stronger there. I think you've got to be more and more stronger there. And yeah, that's 3-1, and going into half time. You know, the last time I think we conceded three at half time was that horror Villa show, if my memory serves me correctly. So yeah, going into half time, we knew it was going to be a big team talk. I even tweeted at the start of the half time. I said, "Bring Bradley on. We're getting overrun in the wings. Get Bradley on. Maybe get Muniz on for Jota. Jota didn't do anything today again. Um, who else? I said Kwanzaa. Maybe get Kwanzaa on for Kanati because Kanati wasn't great either. Um, and yeah, going at half time, no changes, no changes. I think to say the safest thing, we were the better team in the second half, but again, we left ourselves too much to do. And again, I've got to say this. I think that the substitutions that did come on definitely changed the game. Obviously, Harvey Elliott came on. Um, Diaz came on. Those two definitely were very, very good. Though Diaz was really good when he came on. Though Elliott was great when he came on as well. So again, that was good to see. And then obviously we had Muniz come on. We had Bradley come on as well. And then obviously Chiesa finally got a game. As well. I think Chiesa as well. He does deserve more football. He does deserve more football. I don't know what he's done wrong. I don't know what he's done wrong. And it was obviously the combination of Bradley to Diaz that obviously did talk about it. And look, it's very very good. Good finish from Diaz. Lovely goal, and did get us back into the game. And obviously, excuse me, Harvey Elliott did hit the crossbar as well. Cracking strike, left footed. Very unlucky. Could have gone on the underside of the bar. Unfortunately, it catapults away. And I've got to say, I know we left ourselves too much to do in that second half, but yeah, that wasn't good. That wasn't good today. Yeah, 11 points still. 11 points still. I think you've got to say we do need to have a bit of conversation over a couple of players. We'll obviously get to that very, very soon. But let me get into the chat. as well. Sorry, guys, I have been nursing a bit of a cold, a sore throat recently, so just wanted to try and see how my voice was and see what I was doing. I said, hello, hi, Reds. Well, that was a shocker. See you soon. Yep, absolutely. Stephen Jur, good evening. Well, it's good evening. Good afternoon. Not good enough for Liverpool. No, absolutely not. Really, really not good enough at all today. Really poor. Hello, Luca, as well. Hope you're well. Spencer says that starting 11 is dead. I think he needs to freshen it up. I think he does need to freshen it up. I think the thing for me, I think we do need to freshen up the next game. And I think as well, you look at the team today, and I think Gravenberg has been run down to the ground. I think is the safest thing to say. And I would actually say as well, I think Slot got it wrong today. I do think he got it wrong. Doesn't get it wrong very often, I've got to say. Andy Robertson needs to go. I've been saying this for a wee while, Stephen. I've been saying that I don't think he should be starting for us next season as a starting left back. So hopefully that position gets filled in very, very soon. Because yeah, I think you've got to say. I think you've got to say that this is one conversation we need to have, is that the left back situation has to be the priority next season. Has to be the priority next season for sure. Mark Tom, hello mate, hope you're well. No idea what happened to the defence today. Even VVD looks shaky. Salah needs a rest. I think he's been off the past few games. Still 11 ahead, so let's keep pushing up the Reds. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure we'll still push ahead. Anyway, hello John Conway. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, mate. Hello Nipoon. Do you think this loss could start a capitulation? No, I don't. I don't think so. I don't think so. We've got the next game at home against West Ham, away to Leicester. So you would probably say those are probably 3-6 points. But yeah, I don't think it's going to start a capitulation. I don't think it does. As well, he sure does. Yeah, I would say Andy Robertson does not start games next season for Liverpool. And I do think Gravenberg has been run down to the ground. Right. So, and I know people have been watching the Manchester derby. Look, I've got to say, I think today is probably the one occasion I think you've got to say is one game that you kind of look at the Manchester derby and it's a dead rubber. It's an absolute dead rubber. But obviously, if you guys are watching it, obviously you keep me keep me updated. But we do need to have a conversation. Now, I'll thank Kelleher for everything what he's done. I think he does need to move on in the summer. I think he does need to move on in the summer. I think he's been a very good servant for us. He's never let us down. But I think the amount of goals that we've conceded against Fulham in the last 2 seasons is really, really shocking, to say the very, very least. And I think as well, as I've said, we'll get on to Robertson. Kanati, for me, he has these moments where he just really, really fluffs his lines. Obviously, that first one in the first half where you almost allowed Pereira into the box. It was he does have those moments. He does have those moments, to say the very, very least. And I think you've got to say as well, Van Dijk hasn't been the same in the last couple of games. So yeah, it's one of those things. It is one of those things. And look, I think you've got to say as well that this team hasn't had a lot of rotation this season. I think you've got to say it. I think Gravenberg has done a fantastic job. Gravenberg has been really, really good in that central defensive midfield position, but we have ran him down to the ground. I think is the safest thing to say. We have ran him down into the ground. And I think when you look at that as well, when with McAllister and Sobersley, another two players who I think have been run down to the ground, he needs to use the squad more. I think that's the one thing I will say from this season is that excuse me, we do need to use the squad more. Start Keys in the next game. Start Elliott in the next game. Honestly, I would make a couple of changes against West Ham. I would. I really, really would. Bradley will probably be back in because I think he'll start at right back. I think he'll be back in, to say the very least. Salah hasn't been on it recently. I think it's the safest thing to say as well. And I think the contract situations will definitely be the ones that are getting to these players. And I hope it doesn't obviously have an added effect or anything like that. But look, we do need to be careful. We do need to be careful. We need to be careful against complacency. I felt today in that game against Fulham, I felt we felt like a team that looked a bit arrogant at times. Look a bit arrogant. Thinking that the league was done after Arsenal's draw with Everton yesterday. It's not done. It isn't done. 7 games to go, 21 points still to play for. So the more Arsenal drop points, the more it gets easier for us. But we can't let complacency get into our game. We can't do that. Um, and I think today kind of showed as well that we do really need to make changes when we can, because that's another first half again we've been really really poor. Second half we seem to be much much better, but today cost us. That first half cost us from the defensive show. It really really was very very poor, and I think look, it is one of those things. It is one of those games where you take on the chin and then basically look ahead to West Ham. You take that away. Look, well done to Fulham. Well done to Fulham. I think Craven Cottage is one of those places which is a very very tough place to go to. I know we won there last year, but this is a completely different Liverpool team, and I think I think Allison will start next week against West Ham. I'm surprised he missed the protocols game of concussion. Must have got a really big whack of if he's been injured that long as well. John says, "I'm good, thank you. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you very much." Yes, Tim, we do. We definitely need new players. We definitely need new players. As well. Hello, James. Hope you're well, mate. If Arsenal beat Brentford and we get bit West Ham, we could potentially have Arsenal in the league. Um, I mean, it's too early to be saying teams are on the beach. I think Brentford won't be easy for Arsenal. Let me put that be clear. I don't think that'll be an easy game for Arsenal. West Ham, again, they're a team that are a little bit up and down. But we have to be careful from complacency. I've been saying this for a while now. We need to be careful from complacency, because we don't want that to take over. We don't want that to take over. And I think when we look at this full season back, as well, I think complacency is a part and parcel of football, unfortunately, and we don't want that to come into our game. We certainly don't want that to come into our game. So, no, look, I think go again against West Ham. If we win that, then we go to Leicester. I think on Easter Sunday. Like Leicester are very poor side. Let me put this way. So I think the fact that we've got the majority of our games left at home is massive, and I think we probably win all of our home games. If I'm being perfectly honest, I know that obviously Crystal Palace are on a very very good run, but I would say win against West Ham, win at Leicester. I think we'll beat Spurs at Anfield. I do think we'll beat Spurs at Anfield. And then it's just a case of seeing what Arsenal do. Uh, take it one game at a time. Take it one game at a time. I do think that this league will be won very, very soon. I think it's the safest thing to say. I do think we will do that. And after, I think West Ham is going to be a tough game. It will be a tough, tough game. But look, see what happens. See what happens. I think it's one of those games where West Ham is always a tricky game at home against us. I know we beat them 5-1 in the cup earlier this season. It was a we pretty much dominated them at the London Stadium as well. So I would fully expect us to try and beat West Ham, and then see what develops there. Um, so I'd say beat West Ham, then go into that Leicester City game. I think we should be looking to win that game, because as I said, Leicester City are not in the greatest run of form, and then obviously we go to play Tottenham at Anfield. But by the way, remember as well, Arsenal do have their game against Crystal Palace sandwiched in between us playing Tottenham as well. So that'll be interesting. That'll be very, very interesting to go into that game as well. But no, look, today was a horror show. Today was a reality check. We go again. We look ahead to West Ham. Excuse me. Look ahead to West Ham and then see what will develop there. But no, look, I think it's one of those games where we look back on today, and it was just a shocker from start to finish. Um, And I think when I look back at this season, it's been very, very good. It has been very, very good. But we can't let complacency get into our game. And I thought some of the game today very unprofessional, very, very unprofessional. It felt like they already knew that the league was won, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. Arsenal be kicking themselves today, by the way. They'll be absolutely kicking themselves if they haven't gone to Everton and won, and now we've obviously gone and lost to Fulham. So, but 11 points is the gap. 11 points is the gap, and we'll see what will develop very, very soon. But guys, going to leave it there. Going to leave it there for a very, very short match reaction. I hope everyone has enjoyed this match reaction. If you have enjoyed it, please do remember to leave a like. Please do share out the content as well if you want to, and please do hit that subscribe button as well. Again, very, very close to 3.1k as well. And yeah, I'll see you very, very soon, and hopefully my voice will be much, much better in the time being. So yeah, I'll see you guys very, very soon. And once I am better, there will be more content as well. Please do keep an eye out on the community tab as well. And yeah, we're still 11 points clear, Reds. We're still 11 points clear. Keep the faith, and we'll win this title. Take care. Bye bye for now. You never walk alone.